back, everyone. We're about to hop into our first adventure of the evening, which I've entitled The Glass Houses. But before we do so, we are, as always, going to introduce our characters. So without further ado, our first character tonight that we have joining us is Miyuki. Welcome, Miyuki.
It's good to be here.
It is quite good to have you. I believe this is your first adventure as a member of Bartholomew's adventuring troupe. Am I mistaken?
No, you are not. I'm
So-
here. I'm here to spread the word of Unohe. I'm saying that wrong. I'm not. Unohe.
This is so. It sounds like you are a priest or a holy person of sorts. Are you a cleric by trade?
I am a cleric as a little bit of rebellion on my part.
Really? How so?
Oh, my dad is a demon who messed around with, and then got sick and died, and he didn't show up, and so I'm like, out of spite, I became a cleric.
That is well, I'm very sorry for your loss. But well, I mean, sounds to me like it kind of deserves it. And on that subject, is this also why you're taking up with Bartholomew's kind of adventuring troupe? Is this part of your rebellion of sorts?
One of the reasons I'm joining the adventuring group is I have a baby brother.
Oh.
And so I need a way to support. I wander around and do herbs and stuff, and I make herbalism medical treatments and such.
Just to earn a living and to support your family. Well, that's very honorable, Miyuki, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you're able to do. I wish you best of luck in your first adventure today.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Very good. Welcome, Miyuki. Next up, we have joining us tonight, Zurdan. It's good to see you again, Zurdan.
Yes. Hello.
Zurdan, there's been a lot of gossip and a lot of buzz around Bartholomew's shop, but rumor has it that you have a brand new blade.
Yes. Some really short person said it would be very suited that I have this.
Now, Zurdan, have you tried it out yet? Because if the legends are to be believed, if the stories are to be believed, is it truly the sword of Edenon that you now possess?
Yes, I have tried it. Apparently, I've tried throwing this, and apparently, it immediately brings me over to it, which is actually pretty cool.
It's definitely pretty cool. I've also heard that it does a ridiculous amount of damage. Is that also true?
I think I cut an entire tree down in one stroke.
Okay. Well, we'll hopefully whatever you're up against is able to handle that kind of aggression. But Zurdan, how are you feeling? How are you doing beyond this new acquisition you've made?
I'm doing good, and so is my little birdie.
Oh yes. I have a question. Did you ever end up naming your bird?
Yes, it was Lapis because its wings are blue like the lapis lazuli underground.
Oh, that's a very fitting name. Zurdan, I'm glad you're doing well, and it's good to have you and Lapis back with us again.
Thank you.
Of course. And next we have Misra DaLacard with us once more. How you doing, Misra?
I guess I'm getting accustomed to this world.
You're starting to find your rhythm here, Misra?
Slightly.
Yes. Well, I'm glad to hear that. It's always good to see people kind of getting into the swing of things. Is that, Misra? I have a question. Would you say that that's a good thing, or are you maybe not that glad that you're getting accustomed to the swing of things around here?
I'm happy that I'm getting accustomed. I'm not happy that I'm still underpowered. I'm still blaming a certain bumbling wizard and a stupid lynch.
You know, there's there's a lot of magic that those two particular characters use that they don't really understand that well themselves, I feel.
Then they shouldn't wield it.
But I'm sure that they'll get your problem straightened out before too long. Other than that, Misra, as kind of a stranger to the land of DnDTime, have you made any friends? Is there anything particular in the land of DnDTime that you find that you've been enjoying since you've been here and you've kind of grown more accustomed?
Jade's hilarious.
Fair enough. Misra, it is nice to have you back with us again.
Good to be here.
And of course, last but not least, we have Cloaking Dagger with us once more. Good evening, Dagger.
Hello.
Dagger, tell me, how have you been?
Been good. Just been chilling mostly. I believe I have enough Bartholomew bucks for a bag pull, so I'll be excited for that after today's adventure.
Yes, I heard that you just kind of found some of those lying around while you were walking down the street. It's a shame that whoever had those just sort of misplaced them.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Dagger, I have a question. What do you? I know you've been spending a lot of time lately adventuring and have started to make a bit of a name for yourself around the lands of DnDTime. But what have you been doing on kind of some of your off time? Because I know that everyone's not, always running adventures for the land of DnDTime.
I like to help stray cats, and or chill in my house that I.
That is, it's a very sweet hobby. Is your kinship with cats related to your Tabaxi heritage, or do you just like cats? I guess there doesn't have to be any correlation to it. Dagger, what's good to have you back with us again.
Of course.
And without further ado, let us hop into tonight's adventure. Our adventure takes us to anyone who has never been there before to the Trash Kingdom. It is a part of the world that is most of the trash in the lands of DnDTime appears there by the work of a group known as the Cult of the Green Sun. Whenever anyone puts anything into garbage anywhere in the world, it all gets teleported to the same spot. And it's ended up being one of the largest just collections of junk and matter anywhere in the lands, where all of the trash throughout the lands of DnDTime just kind of appears in the sky over it, so it's just constantly raining rusted cans and loose papers and old kind of torn and thrown away clothing. And that is the region where your particular assignment has asked you to come to. The four of you, where our adventure officially begins, find yourselves walking up to the gates of the Trash Kingdom. As you begin walking closer, the nearest teleportation circles, there are no teleportation circles directly within the Trash Kingdom, so Bartholomew wasn't able to teleport you straight to your destination. But the nearest one, which was a little bit outside of it, is far enough away you can see the great heaping mounds, almost forming mountains and hills out of just discarded items. And as you grow closer and closer, the first thing you begin to notice about the Trash Kingdom really is its smell. Just kind of wafting and kind of rising up in the distance, you begin to notice the decidedly pungent scent of the largest dump in the lands of DnDTime. And the closer that you grow, you also begin to see the main gate of the Trash Kingdom. On either side, there are these very large kind of towers that seem to be erected of just various kind of discarded refuse here and there. You are looking at the kind of construction as you're growing a little bit closer, and you can see that there are old broken chairs that are just kind of stacked at odd angles. You can see, a couple of couches that are in there, and just various junk and debris. On either side of the gate, there are kind of these towers rising up, and you can see a figure that's kind of leaning out and looking over the group of you as you approach the gate. As you guys step up, this figure, you see from the kind of tall tower. It's maybe like 40 feet up in the air. So it's a pretty tall tower. And you see they just kind of dive forward out of the tower and into a pile of trash that's kind of at the base of it. And after kind of diving into it, they pop up out of a different pile of trash that's like maybe 20 feet away. And they stick out and they kind of poke their head out and they greet all of you. Greetings, adventurers! You must be more of those heroes that come to help us in our hours of greatest need.
What does this guy look like?
It's a great question. You see he's about halfling in stature. His face is just green and brown with grime, so you can't tell, like, he looks like he might be a halfling, but it's just tough to tell what kind of creature he is underneath all the dirt. You can see he's wearing a crown that looks like it's made from like rusted and bent silverware that's all been kind of fixed together. And he's got a cape that looks like it was made from like newspaper clippings. And he goes, "It's wonderful to meet all of you. I am the Trash King."
Is this a literal kingdom?
Too.
A literal kingdom? Why, yes, this is my kingdom of grime and of refuse.
I heard you were taller.
I heard that you should show your kings, your monarchs, proper respect. So
I agree with what he said.
It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Miyuki.
It is nice to meet you as well, Miyuki, brave hero, here to help the Trash Kingdom. Or I suppose I don't need all that much help. I heard there was someone over in the new developments. They've been doing some wonderful work in the Sea of Broken Glass.
Sea of Broken Glass.
Yes, the Sea of Broken Glass. They're just past the compost commune, down the slopes of sewage, and then o'er the alchemical wasteland. But we can probably get you there a little bit quicker. I know a better way. A shortcut. Would you like me to bring you there?
If you would be so kind.
But of course! As you're kind of arriving here, Bartholomew told you a little bit about what your job offer was. Apparently, the Trash Kingdom, which is, again, it's a kingdom that just people have kind of lived and taken up in this garbage dump, essentially. And he told you that there's some people that have been doing work in a place that they call the Sea of Broken Glass, and they've been having some trouble with tourists, actually, which traditionally the Sea of Broken Glass, from what Bartholomew told you, was pretty uninhabitable, but people have been inhabiting it somehow. So the Trash King kind of runs over, he kind of scampers very quickly back up his tower of trash and pulls a couple of things and opens the wide gates into the city. And he goes, "All right, come on, wait, I forgot, this is very important. In order to enter the Trash Kingdom, I will require a tribute." And he kind of goes, "If all of you could just provide me with one piece of trash."
I usually don't carry trash on me. I am a champion of my own kingdom.
Miyuki pats her pockets and just pulls out some like old herbs that she can't use anymore and offers that.
You see the Trash King kind of scampers back down, grabs some of the herbs, tosses them over in his hand. Like, I imagine there's like some mold and stuff that's growing on him a little bit. You see he reaches up and just kind of nibbles at a few of them, and he goes, "Oh yes, those are delightful bits of garbage," and he stows them into his pockets, and he looks at the rest of you kind of expectantly.
Well, as a curious to act as a collector, he pulls out a weirdly bent piece of metal that he's gonna add to his collection of weird stuff at home, but he'll give it to the Trash King, to get in.
Oh, delightful! He takes the little piece of metal, and you see he kind of like looks at it in the light for a moment, admiring the reflection, and then you see him just kind of like affix it into his weird silverware crown almost immediately. He looks expectantly over at you, Misra, who've been kind of quiet this whole time.
She sighs. She takes out this really tattered-looking dress. Here.
Oh, maybe not my size, but I'm sure we'll find someone who loves it. Looks lastly back towards you, Zurdan, and kind of like holds out his hand, like holds out his hands like a child waiting for like a birthday present.
Ugh.
I look to my shoulder, and Lapis is carrying a piece of trash in its mouth.
Probably that they like just picked up from somewhere a couple
Lapis,
feet
spit
away.
it out. It's on its hand now.
What is the thing that Lapis has grabbed?
Yep.
Well, I was saying, what is the thing that Lapis grabs?
Oh. Ow.
Like a half a soda can.
Fair enough. The trash can kind of grabs
Half a
the
soda can.
grabs like the cut in half soda can and kind of examines for a while.
Yep.
And you see he kind of goes and just takes, he's carrying like a scepter that looks like it was maybe a broom handle at one point, and you see him just take it and just shove it onto the bottom of the broom handle, making it like the end of it, and goes, very good. You may all enter my kingdom. And the gates open behind him as he kind of scurries back up and opens them. At which point he immediately, just moving with a lot of agility for someone that seems kind of old, comes back down and goes, all right, so I can bring you right to the edge of the Sea of Broken Glass. You'll have to go the rest of the way on your own. It's only accessible by boat. It is a sea, after all. But shall I cast transport via trash on all of you?
Sure.
Transport via trash, as long as I'm not covered in muck.
And he just kind of rubs his hands together a little bit and walks over to just a particularly large mound of garbage and pulls his hand to the side. It opens, forming a perfectly kind of circular hole in the side of the mountain. And he goes, all right, it's going to collapse in 10 seconds. You better run.
Well, I dive right in.
Yeah,
Misra
Let's go.
follows.
Running.
I dive in.
And he wasn't exaggerating. As you guys begin to like run down this tunnel, he's just kind of, his sounds, goodbye, good luck, just kind of like fade into nothing as you start to hear like, as this like weird, almost like extra dimensional tunnel that has appeared in this space, kind of begins to just kind of collapse and close behind you, and you're all just kind of heaving and panting and out of breath as you come to the other side of this little kind of trash wormhole that the trash king just opened up, and find yourself standing in a completely different part of the kingdom. You can tell that you are now, you've moved pretty far from the main entrance. You can see like some of the trash mountains that you were seeing in the distance before are now just kind of like a different point on the horizon, well, still on the horizon. And before you, you can see what looks like a brilliant sort of glittering ocean stretching forth. You're right at the edge of a dock. And
Actually an ocean, or does it look like an ocean?
it looks like an ocean. And
Okay.
that's almost exactly your first instinct. As you're staring out, you think for a moment, it's an ocean, a particularly brilliant one. Then you start to realize that it is just an endless sea of shattered and broken glass, also kind of with water mixed in. It looks like an absolute nightmare. Like, you think that if you swam in this ocean for, like if you tried to swim in this ocean for about a minute, you would probably die of blood loss. Is about the way it looks, with all of this broken glass, some of it stained, creating beautiful like reflections in various colors that are kind of cascading throughout the space. It's beautiful, but obviously very deadly, is what you have to assume.
I need to remember this for when I go home.
Evro and her brother Bakro will love to hear about this later.
Is there like a boat, like a ferryman nearby?
Yes, as you're kind of as you are kind of like adjusting and taking in the space as you've come out here. You can see there's just a short walk down to the shoreline, and that walk is also kind of fraught with peril to some extent, where you can see that broken glass is like washed up onto the beach, and it's kind of like sticking out at odd angles. You can see a few like Trash Kingdom children that are running around, like kind of like collecting it and putting it into bags in places, for whatever their purposes may be. And you can see a small, house, a small kind of like dock house and a dock, with sign, kind of a roughly painted sign on the front of it, salvaged wood, that seems to say ferry rides, with a 5 gold, with a little 5 gold sign underneath it.
So like it costs 5 gold?
Yeah, it says ferry rides 5 gold.
This is by far the weirdest place I've ever been in this land.
I question why anyone would want to live here in the first place, but we have to go here anyway. So I hand the ferryman 5 coins.
You're kind of saying that as you get closer, and the ferryman goes, "It's pretty comfortable once you get used to it. A lot of us that came here, I mean, don't have many other places to go, and it's anywhere feels like home. You put a little bit of love into it. But 5 gold pieces, I'll get you right across."
Per person or per ride?
Oh, just for the ride. 5 gold pieces to 5 gold pieces for everyone. That'd be robbery. No, we're going across to a lake of broken glass, not a lake of like molten lava and dragons. He kind of goes over, and you can see the bottom of the boat is coated with what looks like it is coated with kind of like a sheet of iron to make it not completely just get cut across. But most of the boat's constructed of wood. The ferryman goes, "All right, hop on. I'll give you a ride over." A lot of folks.
Can I ask the ferryman something on the way there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I was gonna ask him, like, he seems like someone who might know something about this place. I was wondering if there was always like was there originally a kingdom here, got transformed into a trash kingdom, or was this just like empty land before?
He goes,
I heard that bump, but I was like, maybe she just closed the door.
Misra, can you mute yourself?
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Oh, no problem. Misra, do you mind muting yourself for a sec? If you're okay, great. He kind of goes, "Yeah, well, why don't you hop in the boat and I'll tell you a little bit about this place, certainly." And he begins to kind of bring you across the lake. He goes, "Well, are you talking about the whole Trash Kingdom, or just the area we find ourselves in? Talking about the sea?"
I just wanted to know what was here before the Trash Kingdom.
Before it was the Trash Kingdom, it was a pretty barren plateau. They basically, they started putting all their junk here because there was nothing here. It was just sort of an unused space, you could say. And then they call themselves the Cult of the Green Sun. A bunch of strange folk. I try not to interact with them if I can avoid it. They're on the post office, the dump, things like that. They just started sending everything. Oh, look right there. And you can see now, kind of plummeting down from the sky, what looks like a small, like, hail of broken glass that begins just raining down into the sea. The water kind of splashes up. Definitely should keep your eyes open for that. Sometimes it just sort of falls. They teleport everything right around here. You never know if you're going to have a big chunk of plate glass just sort of drop on your head. They teleport everything here, and, it's an abundance of resources. I mean, so much food waste that just ends up here. You can live a cheap life.
Definitely seems like everything is reusable.
Yeah,
in form or fashion.
That's what we believe, at least.
Cheap, but also very dangerous.
I was also wondering if the current Trash King is the one who founded this place, or was there one before?
Oh, you talk about the Trash King? He's a nice fellow, isn't he? Yeah. Well, as far as I know, I mean, the Trash King's he's the Trash King. He's been here as long as there's been a Trash Kingdom. Frankly, I don't think there'd be a Trash Kingdom if there wasn't a Trash King. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's understandable.
But it's not really. I mean, I'm just a ferryman. What do I know? And he continues sort of rowing you guys along through the broken glass. You can see there's like creatures in the glass that you can see floating around. Like you can see something that looks almost like glass fish that are kind of swimming along and kind of moving back and forth amongst the waters here. And as you're getting closer, he goes, "All right, we're almost at the glass houses. I believe these are the folks that you were going to see, right? That's where everyone's been going lately."
That's what we were told, I believe.
And you can see over on the horizon there is an array. It looks like a great like platform of solid glass, and then what looks like a small town where all of the buildings seem to be made out of completely solid glass. And at
Can I like cook you alive?
He goes, I don't know. I don't live there. It looks, honestly, I don't even really like coming out here all that much. It's a way to make a living. You'd have to talk to the folks that live in the glass houses. You kind of get closer and closer up to it. And again, if the glass sea was beautiful, as you get closer to this town, the spectacle of these sort of glass houses is even more impressive. Just these constructions, perfect, very simple houses, windows and doors, but everything made out of perfectly transparent glass, save for, as you're seeing through, what looks like, the furniture within them. And all of them are completely empty. Because it looks like the whole population of this town or whatever is kind of gathered around the dock where the group of you are beginning to pull up. And as you approach, you can see a man. He seems to be gnomish. You can see he's definitely pretty scarred in places. He looks like he's definitely fallen into the sea of broken glass a couple times himself. And he kind of begins running kind of over and he goes, no, thank you. No more tourists. We are all done accepting tourists for the day. And
show him the
We're not
Bartholomew's
tourists.
Adventuring Company. We have a badge or something. I show him that.
Oh my God! Okay, you're finally here. Yes, come quickly, please come. And he gestures for you guys to approach.
Well, once the boat docks, I'd step off the boat.
The boat.
Miyuki steps forward.
Excellent. The boat docks. You guys kind of hop off, and you begin walking around the glass houses. Yeah, there's definitely it's definitely a lot of like light that's kind of refracting around and kind of catching you, but it doesn't necessarily feel like, even though you can tell there's places where you're getting some of that magnifying glass effect, it doesn't necessarily feel all that hot. Dagger, as you're kind of taking in the space, and he can speak to you. Hi, welcome. I'm going to get a few of the obvious ones right out of the way. Yes, I know that it seems traditionally a bad idea to make houses out of glass. Yes, it's a new project, and we've been working on it for some time. We've been working on magic to enhance its strength. We've been working a lot of different ways to remedy the obvious issues that come with working in glass, and some of the wizards and magic practitioners here have been doing wonderful work with it. So there's still a lot of way to go, but there's no need to say anything rude about our design choices. Can we just get that out of the table and get that out of the way now?
Oh, of course.
This isn't anything about anything rude. This is absolutely beautiful. The problem is that I'm just wondering how...
Okay, so here's the thing. Now, the thing that I was just talking about, the obvious sort of thing that comes along with doing glass, which is sort of its fragility, we have been having some issues in that way. You see, the citizens in this town worked to build it, but now that it's built, it's very beautiful. Thank you so much for the compliment. We really appreciate that. And a lot of people that maybe aren't quite as respectful and in the distance you just start to hear this this breaking and shattering and crumbling of glass as you watch as like a 2-story tower just completely like disintegrates and falls to the ground. Some of the tourists that we've been having aren't as respectful of the work and time and fragility of our town. We would like
In
you
other
to...
words, you have homewreckers, and you want us to deal with the people who don't know how to be nice.
We would love exactly that. If you could just get them to leave. They are... I don't know if they're bad people, but they certainly are destroying our work. Most of our mages should be able to recreate the damage that they have done, as long as every single house isn't gone. If you can just get them out with, like, you hear in the distance another, like, shattering, and, like, another house just kind of goes down in the distance. If you
Enough said, lead the way.
Just one house. If you save one house, we'll call it a bust, you know? And we're not going in there because there's glass shards flying everywhere. We're just going to kind of clean up afterwards. Just get them out. I think there were 4 of them. Yeah, as you say, enough said. He just kind of is, you know, he's just kind of like putting his hands back and being like, however you want to handle this.
How are they?
What did you ask? What did you ask, Dagger?
I was like, where are they? Like, where are these houses smashing? Probably head there.
Yeah, you can head over to the other side of the town where you saw the one most kind of recently smash. The person that you were just speaking to says one more thing. Their tour guide is over there. He's kind of docked over there. We haven't been speaking to him. Frankly, we're pretty upset, but just get him back to that boat and out of here. And they kind of point over. As he's kind of gestured at, you can see that there's an individual. He's got like pants that go up like over his belly button almost, and he's wearing kind of a visor. And as he's kind of gestured to, he just kind of smiles and waves a little bit dopily. So just get them to their boat there and off of our home. They are that way. You can tell by the smashing glass. You can, if you want to just head right into the, if you just want to head right for where the last building went down, you absolutely can.
Should we try and
just
get?
head over there.
Okay. I was about to ask if you guys wanted to see if we can get some information and see what we're dealing with from their tour guide before we go in there.
Ooh, yeah, that might actually be a good idea.
Yeah, you can go talk to him if you want.
But isn't the tour guide like the only person there now?
The whole town seems to be assembled, and there's a lot of people that are kind of angrily discussing. There's some wizards that are talking about restoration plans. The tour guide's a little bit away from all of them, kind of like standing a little bit awkwardly and nervously.
Misra's gonna go up to the tour guide.
You approach.
In human form.
Yes, very good. You approach. The tour guide does appear to be a human. He goes, hi there. Hi.
Got that voice.
Hi. So, can you tell me about the people you brought on your boat?
Oh yeah, sure can. I don't know them all that well personally, but they were very interested in seeing some of the sights around here, so I just thought I'd go on ahead and bring them out.
Can you tell me what race they are, by any chance?
Yeah, certainly. If I can recall, one was a big guy. He's sort of half human, half bull, big horns. What do they call those things again? He was very
Minotaur.
A Minotaur, that's what it was. A very striking individual. There's a couple of kobolds, I know them. Another one, really strange one, all over the place, bouncing up and down. And behind you, as he's saying that, you watch as just this silver streak just comes running by, and kind of shouts something very quickly. It's hard to even pick out what was said, but the tour guide just kind of responds, Yeah, leave it in about an hour. And the silver streak just kind of continues past and just continues zipping off down the street. And as it does, it just runs through a house, and you watch as another one just kind of goes down. And he goes, yeah, that's that guy. I don't know what he's called.
Why is he so incredibly... How fast is he going? Can I even tell how fast he's going?
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
I'm gonna try that too, because I'm good at perception.
Yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and make me perception checks to try and figure that out. Yeah, 23. 23 Miyuki. By your estimation, you would say that they were about... it's like, in terms of like miles per hour, you're not necessarily sure the number, but you would say that they were maybe 4 times faster than you. Like they might have a speed of 120 feet.
That is really fast.
It was really fast.
Inform the rest of the group of how fast that is.
Yeah. But you kind of take that in for a second. Misra, as a friend of Sotaria, I'll let you make a nature check to see if you can pin this thing down.
Nearly go that fast. 1 turn, a combat.
Yeah, they just go that fast. Misra, you think it's probably a quickling. Anyway, that thing zips past, and he goes, so, yeah, there's 4 of them, a couple of kobolds, there's that minotaur, and that fast fellow.
Oh, dear.
I can deal with big minotaur.
So,
You guys can deal with fasty.
yeah, I was gonna give him the guided tour and kind of show him all the parts, but, they just kind of wanted to go off and do their own thing, so...
We go after them as a group or divide and conquer?
We can probably handle the quickling, maybe.
I was
probably the most dexterous here.
I was just about to ask, how fast were you, Cloak?
First turn of combat, I can go 90.
Ooh! This is pretty close, though.
Okay. Maybe I can slow him down. If you can start chasing him and we get him on a path that's gonna stay in, a regular path, maybe I can...
So I can just...
Ooh, yeah, I believe I can, yeah, I can slow him down. But you need to get him back toward me.
Okay, it's like hurt him?
Yeah, hurt him.
All right. So how are you guys like going about trying to hurt him? And this is the one that seems to be the closest to you at the moment. The quickling is just kind of like zipping through the streets, and you can see them like. For one thing, it's definitely not going to be hard to like find where he is in the town because all the houses are see-through. And so you see them like running around and like stopping in one building and kind of like bouncing around, going through all the walls, like breaking a couple of things in the building, running and zipping back out, going across the street, doing roughly the same thing. So you guys have a pretty good idea about where they are. And they don't seem to be like intentionally destroying things. It just seems like they're so fast that sometimes they're just bumping into stuff by accident. As you guys are tracking them, they're in a building right now, and you can see them just like zipping around on the inside of that building, and you imagine that they will be satisfied soon and run out. So you guys have kind of like, you guys are kind of like surrounding the area where that building is. What is your plan exactly?
I'm gonna try diplomacy first.
You're really gonna see if you can talk to it?
Diplomacy.
Maybe.
All right, fine. If that doesn't work, I'm a meeting.
Of course.
I'm immediately afterwards casting infestation.
Oh no. All right.
Are you planning on stopping them? I don't know what that spell does, though.
A bunch of he's about to start getting eaten by a bunch of bugs, basically.
Diplomacy persuasion. I forgot what it's called here.
Yeah, you can go ahead and make a persuasion check. So, one of the things is, they are, like, running around the building. You see them kind of moving in a pattern. Like, you see just the silver streak begin, like, moving towards the door, like they're going to be out on the road in a second. You have maybe, at the rate that they're moving, like, you have, like, one sentence that you'll be able to get off before they're away. What do you say to them? What do you yell at them, Dagger, in this moment?
Well, I'd say stop. We wish to speak with you. And they'll stop for a second so they can try to hear our case.
All right. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
I did.
Oh, you already made it. 18. All right. Yeah. So as soon as you kind of say this, you see the super streak, like, it's already, like, part of the way down the street, and then it kind of, like, their head turns back towards your direction. They keep going, and they kind of, like, try and change direction, as they already have, like, built up this momentum. You see them kind of, like, slide around and, like, crash into another house and, like, shatter the door of it. They kind of, like, right themselves and dust themselves off, and then zip back around before the glass has even had time to fall on them, and they stand in front of you, and you can see they end up like kind of right in front of you, and they look up at you. Their head is kind of like twitching back and forth, and they're kind of like bouncing back and forth from foot to foot, like they're very like uncomfortable even being still for this one moment, but they kind of look up towards you. Looks like you have their attention for a moment.
I'm gonna ask them why they're destroying the houses.
Accident.
Wait, what did they say?
Accident.
Maybe I think they need to learn the concept of taking it slow.
Gotta go. I gotta go.
Hello?
They're starting to get. They're getting kind of like antsier and antsier as you're kind of telling them to do that, you tell them they need to go back to the boat, and you see them go. Fine, and they immediately take off towards the boat, and then they zip back to where you are and go done.
You need to go to the boat and stay at the boat. So
no, I don't want to stay. I don't want to stay.
You can run around the boat.
Destroy the houses.
Didn't mean to. Sorry about that. It was an accident.
No, you didn't mean to, but you need to not do it.
Okay, I'll try.
No.
And you see them, like, each time you, like, finish a statement, and then you, like, stop them, they're, like, running away, and then coming back forward towards you again as they realize that you're not done with them yet. And they keep... How?
Well, you could try not running into the houses.
Too close.
Then let's
run in place, run in
else.
circles, in small circles. Somewhere else.
Make me a persuasion check at the idea, because I think they might be willing to run in small circles somewhere else. Go ahead and make me a persuasion. Oh, critical 22. You see them kind of like for a moment. They're just kind of like they're just kind of like prowling back and forth, dancing back and forth. And then you tell them to run in small circles. And for just a brief moment, you see them stay completely still, and you can actually get a look at their, like, kind of elongated head. They're obviously, like, of Fey origin, this strange creature. Their hair, just a streak behind them, either from just the way it is or the intensity of the wind from their movement all the time. They stop for just a second, and they go, "That's a really good idea!" And you just see on the ground where they are, they begin just running in just this short kind of concentric circle. And as they're just kind of running around, you can see that they're kind of staying in the same spot. The platform that they're on is glass, and as they're doing it, the actual base platform, it's a very thick and solid glass, and you can see them starting to like create scratches and scuff marks on the ground, but they're not destroying entire houses with their movement right now. You think that you may have this Quickling contained at least until you can get the other ones to the boat.
1 down, 3 to go. Let's go take care of the rest.
Let's go for the
what is
Minotaur
next?
next.
Yes, Minotaur.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
I think I'm okay at that. Did I put a point into investigate?
Everyone can do it
I
if
did
they
not.
want
I have a +0. I don't want to attempt it.
to. Yeah. You
Yeah, I will attempt
Someone else.
you forget what a Minotaur is, apparently. It's not that high of a DC, too, because there are glass houses, so I'm not sure what you're doing right now, Miyuki.
I'm staring into space, silently communing with my goddess.
Just, yeah, do Minotaurs fly? Are they up there? Misra, the Minotaur is maybe the easiest one to spot, because they're a Minotaur in a town with clear buildings. And you can see that currently, they're covered in kind of like cuts and bruises as you go to the house that they're inside of right now. And the building they're in, it looks to be like, it looks to be almost a museum, and there's just tons of like glass artifacts here. He's currently like picking up and examining what looks like a piece of like glass dishware. There's like brilliant glass chandeliers. It looks like a glass art museum.
Just
where
realized
the
this is the
Minotaur
bowl in China.
I was just about to. Dang it! Why did you make that? Why did you say that? I was about to make a joke.
Quickling, I beat you to it.
Yeah, that was a setup for y'all. So it was first come first served on that one, unfortunately. But Misra, you find the location.
Guys, the potential
I'm
bull
on
in
it.
the.
Right.
Wait, no,
Find him.
wait. He's in the place. Maybe we can coax him out before you go
What
in there swinging.
diplomacy? What diplomacy?
Why are you implying he's angry?
I'm not saying he's angry. I'm just saying we should talk to him first. Before you go.
Then why are we coaxing him out? Why don't we just talk to him now?
I meant that as in I don't want you going there swinging.
The Minotaur is still kind of examining the Minotaur is still kind of like examining the plate that they're holding. Goes, I can hear you guys talking, you know.
Sorry
I'm
about
pretty
that. We just don't want to cause any trouble.
I mean, you won't get any trouble from me. This is a beautiful piece. Have you guys seen this glass museum? I can't believe they put all this place together. It's incredible.
It is. It's just people are having problems with things being destroyed.
Yeah, I have seen some of that. It's terrible, some of the carnage and wreckage that's happened around here. Hi, by the way, my name's... and he kind of turns around, and as he does, you see one of his horns catches the chandelier up above him, and it just immediately kind of comes down, and the glass just kind of rains over him. You see it, like, cuts him in places, and kind of...
oh, I see the problem.
And as he kind of turns towards you guys, he just kind of... You see his eyes are just starting to kind of go red. Like...
I immediately try to
Take a
remedy.
deep breath.
I immediately. How much HP did he lose? I use lay on hands on him to remedy the situation.
Oh, we'll roll for that. It's a great question. That would be only 2 points of piercing damage. He looks like he's already taken.
Him.
I was gonna say he looks like he's already taken a few of these blows. And you go over to him and heal him. Do you want to put some more into him? It looks all said and done that you could probably get him completely full with 5, including the 2 from the recent one.
I will heal him for 5 so that he doesn't feel angry from pain.
And yeah, he's just kind of seething right now, and you see his eyes starting to turn like this terrible, like bloodshot red, as he's. and you tell him to calm down. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check, Miyuki, who told him to calm down with advantage because of the healing from Zurdan here.
21.
21. He kind of goes, what just happened? That was weird. I just started to get really... I don't know, I was just gone for a second. That was strange. Oh yeah, I was...
The chandelier knocked it down.
Wait, I knocked down a chandelier. I broke something here?
Sure, it was an accident.
I can't believe I would... I'm such an idiot! And you see him starting to get kind of animated again. What do you guys do?
Can I suggest
something? I tried to hold the Minotaur.
Something.
I try to hold the Minotaur in place.
All right.
I'm going to suggest to him and the group that maybe we could try to guide him out of the glass museum and get him back to the boat so no more of these incidents happen, because I know he doesn't want to break this stuff, but we could probably help him guide him out of the museum.
Yes, we can help.
I can agree with that.
Go ahead and make me an athletics check. Go ahead and make me an athletics check, Zurdan. 10. That's going to be contested by the Minotaur, who's pretty good. He's pretty strong. He rolled a crit, but I rolled it to GM layer, so it doesn't count. 19. Yeah, you're trying to hold him down, but he's a big creature, and he's kind of like twisting and kind of getting a little bit riled up again. As you go to grab onto him, he's not firmly in your grasp at the moment.
I do an acrobatics to try to guide him.
We wouldn't be able to do it for him. You'd have to have some kind of way to kind of guide him through. But he's just there. I always do this. I'm always so clumsy. And he's just looking around kind of angrily right now.
It's not your fault, but we can at least help you move around so that nothing else happens.
Ooh, wait, I have a better idea.
He looks at you. Oh, okay, that's probably a good idea. He looks down at you, Zurdan, who have like got your hands on him, trying to like hold him in place, and he reaches down and puts his arms around, and he goes, "Thank you, I needed a hug."
Miyuki gives a hug.
I have a second idea.
Okay. I'm just gonna accept it for what it is and not correct it.
What did you say that you were doing, Dagger?
I have a second idea if the first one ends up not working. Get some museum staff and have them move the glass stuff around the Minotaur so like he has a clear path, but we could do action.
If not, I have an idea. It's just gonna take me a minute.
So you're saying you're just trying to like move stuff out of his way? Is the idea?
Possibly.
And help.
Okay.
You could do both. Guide him and move stuff.
Okay, so you guys begin kind of clearing the space out of his way, and he is going to make an acrobatics check. And I think if you guys are like actively guiding this Minotaur out of the space, I'm going to give him advantage on that. But I'll also, if you guys have other ideas about how to get him out here without like, he looks like he's on the verge of snapping, and you think if this goes wrong one more time, you're not going to be able to hold him back. So if you guys have any other ideas about how you can get him out of here safely, I'll lower the DC for anything that you do. But right now, he'll just make a check with advantage.
I can cast guidance to help him.
That absolutely counts.
I was going to go possibly get museum staff to help move some of the delicate stuff they have here. Because I know there's probably staff for this museum.
There is. There's some stuff that's like, he's relatively close to the door. There's like a few pedestals. You think you could probably like, just move some of this stuff out of the way if you're careful, and just get it to like the sides of the room to make him a clear path, if you wanted to just do it yourself.
I have good acrobatics if that's what I need to move the stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and make an acrobatics check. And for you,
I'm helping her with
crazy hard. Yeah, go ahead and make me an acrobatics check with advantage, with Misra's help. This isn't incredibly difficult. You have advantage, so you can roll again. A 9. It's not incredibly difficult, but as you're moving some of the stuff out of the way,
I could also give a cast guidance on.
you got to do it before. Unfortunately, you have to do it before the roll is declared, which is. So in this case, you definitely completely destroy a very beautiful and looks like elaborate and difficult to make glass hollow bowl that will never see the light of day again. It's out of his way, and the Minotaur doesn't really seem to notice. He's just kind of sad over there. But you have destroyed. You personally are responsible for the destruction of a beautiful piece of art. But it's out of his way. You just have to have that on your conscience, unfortunately.
Are there cameras here?
There does not appear to be, no.
Okay, because Dagger doesn't care that she destroyed it, but she cares if she's caught.
Yes, in that case, Dagger, you're good. You just have to live with that forever, however you choose to live with that.
And,
Okay,
casting
how-
guidance on the Minotaur for the act.
Misra comes back in her half form.
All right, you enter in your kind of Kitsune form.
And basically still tries to basically talk to him, basically is like trying to really distract him from the whole entire a blue sleep, trying to distract him from what's going on. Because I mean, you know, figure another half animal being should keep his attention more so than anything else.
I think that's pretty fair. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check with advantage, and this will affect the DC on his acrobatics check if you do well. As you're trying to kind of guide him. If you have another skill that you think would be relevant towards guiding him out of here, I'll let you make a case for it, because this is kind of a skill challenge. 20 is going to get you there, certainly. He's kind of like, he's really locked into your presence, and he's going to go, all right, I'm just gonna take it one step at a time, and I'm going to just try and get out of here nice and slow. And,
Oh, wait, before he starts walking, can I make sure there's no glass shards on his path? Like, could I, like, sweep those out of the way if there are any?
It's an excellent catch, and you do so. The glass chandelier that just broke, which he was about to step onto, you remember to clear that out of the way. Good grab.
Yeah.
And he kind of puts a foot down. He's about to put his first foot down, and you're like, wait 1 second. And you just clear it out, and he goes, 1 step. All right, I think I can do this. And he begins walking.
Of course you can do it. I'm basically just really hamming on the encouragement.
Yeah, really making it feel good. All right. And he begins. He's going to make an acrobatics check with advantage from all the help that you guys have given him. It's a 13, but go ahead and roll me. Guidance. A 14. You see, he's walking. He's kind of stepping, and he gets right to the edge, and it comes to the door frame, and it's kind of like the hardest part for him. And you see him ducking down, and his horns are his horns are kind of just about to pass beneath the threshold, and you hear from kind of far away, you hear a very kind of shrill, high-pitched voice call out, "Hide and go, Stone! You're it!" And flying towards the air, towards the Minotaur, you see what looks like a stone, like just a small, like slinging stone. It bonks him in the head, and he immediately kind of like picks his head up and hits his head into the door frame, which shatters, and the entire house begins to come down. The number you were looking for was 15 to guide him out, unfortunately. You guys were one off.
Oh no.
And you also see a kobold with a sling that's kind of looking over at you guys kind of mischievously, who kind of begins kind of scampering off back down the street. And another one that's kind of like laughing and clapping at his exploit there. And as the house begins to come down, for one, I need all of you to make me dexterity saving throws to avoid falling glass as you're in this thing.
You need fresh water today.
Zurdan and Miyuki, both of you are fine, but Purple and Misra, both of you are going to take, not too bad, only 2 points of piercing damage. I'm sorry, this is the double one, so 3 points of piercing damage as you find that the house just kind of shatters over you and bits of glass begin to pour down and kind of cut and scrape you in different places. And the Minotaur just begins to, like, call out in this terrible rage. I'd like you all to roll for initiative.
Wait,
Oh, no.
God dang it, Kobold.
As he seems
Why do
pretty
I always get bad initiative?
as he seems pretty upset right now. The kobolds are just laughing over in the distance. The first to act is going to be you, Miyuki. You stand in the dregs of this house, and this Minotaur is just kind of furious right now. You see his hooves are just kind of just stamping into the ground over and over again in anger, and cutting himself more in the process. What would you like to do? First, Miyuki here.
Those kobolds. She's kind of angry at the kobolds. She's gonna turn to the Minotaur and be like, if you're gonna get angry, take it out on the kobolds.
Oh no! Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Personally, was also gonna go after those kobolds.
No.
You see, you draw his attention, but he doesn't appear to seem to hear your message as he turns towards you, Miyuki. That is going to bring us next initiative to the Minotaur, who you tell him to go after those kobolds, and he looks straight at you as he begins to throw a tantrum. Oh my god.
What? Oh no.
Does a 17 hit you? That's the maximum damage you could have rolled.
Who's hitting who?
Yes, and I've already reached 0 hit points.
Oh no! The Minotaur begins just kind of like thrashing around and kind of throwing a tantrum, and you watch as an arm kind of swings out and strikes at Miyuki, and Miyuki falls over unconscious in a single blow. And the Minotaur just kind of lets out a roar and begins kind of, after hitting Miyuki here, kind of taking off over to the side and running forward, crashing into another house as they do so, taking another 6 points of piercing damage. There he took the ones from before, as they just smash into a house, also provoking opportunity attacks from anyone who would like to take one.
I will, but I'm not going to use a sword.
What do you want to do?
This.
Do I get to do a sneak attack on my opportunity attack, or no?
Yeah, you have an ally within 5 feet. 17 is going to hit, yeah. For 8, and 24 is going to hit.
Almost a crit. How sad.
Yeah, one off. For 14, so a total of 22, I almost said 24, 22 points of damage, and Misra 14 is going to barely hit, also. Oh yeah, and you're in your shifted form already, rad. So go ahead and roll damage on that as well, Misra. 3 points of slashing damage. So 25 in total as the Minotaur kind of roars and begins kind of crashing through all of these like cuts and bruises all over itself. As we move next in initiative to, that's going to be Misra. The turn is now yours. You have a downed ally and a rampaging Minotaur and 2 mischievous. Now you're looking at these kobolds. They seem like little kids that are tossing around these stones and that are kind of giggling about what they've done.
I thought Misra just got downed.
No, it was Miyuki that went down.
Yeah.
So Misra, you got a downed ally, you got 2 kobolds going one way, you got a Minotaur just rampaging the other way. What would you like to do?
Okay. We have, let's see, 8. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Alright, I'm going to try and take care of our little Miyuki over there. And okay. I did medicine check on Miyuki.
Oh, okay, yeah. Miyuki, you are no longer dying, but so you're stabilized. As Misra walks over and just performs some quick first aid to stem any bleeding. Anything else on your turn, Misra?
Can I do anything else in a bonus action? I don't think so. I will say, can I at least, shoot. I don't want to hurt the Minotaur. Okay, no, that's all I'm gonna do on my turn. I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right. That's going to bring us next in initiative to Dagger. What'd you like to do, Dagger?
How far away is the Minotaur now?
The Minotaur is one house down. You will have to run on some broken glass to get to them because they just ran through this house and into the next one.
Well, like, is it more than one move action to get to them? I don't know how far away the houses are.
You can do it in one. Yeah.
Right. Well, I would head on over to them then.
All right. You're going to take a.
Wait, can I do agility to avoid the broken glass, or like?
He's just in a pile of broken glass. It's not difficult terrain, like it's not a movement speed thing. It's just you could go at half speed and avoid the broken glass if you want. I'll say, but you wouldn't be able to get to him and do a thing.
Actually, I can, because of feline agility, I can double my speed.
Yeah, if you want to double your speed and then move at half speed with doubled speed, so regular speed, you could get to him and act in that way. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and feline agility, it's and it doesn't even cast a turn. I mean, like an action. It's just when I move.
Do that. I know. So yeah. Anyway, you utilize your feline agility and just step with incredible focus as your Tabaxi feet dodge all of the kind of potential hazards on the ground here, and you approach the Minotaur.
Well, I would draw my swords, and that's like really the only thing I can do. I don't think I can talk him down now, so.
Swing away. If you want to try and talk him down, you can. It'll take more than one success to pull him out of the rage this time. It's not necessary that you solve this with violence, you think, but it's.
Even though I'm an assassin, as an assassin, I'm generally against unnecessary killing, so. I'll try it. I'll try a persuasion.
Yeah, go ahead.
Never mind.
The kind of the same thing that happened with Miyuki happens to you as you kind of go and persuade him. His eyes are just still seething over with red, and the Minotaur looks down with you with incredible fury. So.
Assuming I can't attack.
Yeah, unfortunately, a persuasion check is an action. So that is going to bring us next in initiative to Zurdan. What do you want to do, Zurdan?
How far away are the kobolds?
The kobolds are 30 feet in the opposite direction. Oh, I need to roll initiative for them as well. Actually, they'll just go after you. They'll just be last.
Okay, so
So they rolled one.
First thing I do.
Oh no. What are you casting Divine Favor on?
Divine Favor is just myself.
Oh, I thought it went on a weapon or something.
No, it says
just all weapon attacks.
Yeah, all weapon attacks.
My mistake.
Speaking of weapons, I have a weapon on my head I wish to use on the kobold as I run over and thwam on.
Thwam away.
You have a weapon on your head?
24. Roll damage. Oh no.
Am I allowed to smite with this?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well first let me roll the 1d4 because that's the extra radiant.
Oh no.
That's an extra
He's
3, and
just
then...
a kobold.
Oh, but it's gonna be knocked unconscious. It's not gonna die.
But
Yeah.
are you smiting as well?
Well, I mean, unless it's already downed, but...
You don't know. It
Okay.
happens all at the same time, so it's just a question of, do you want to smite?
Yeah, okay, fine. 2d8.
Alright, roll it up. 20 points
20
points of damage. This kobold would be killed outright if they weren't a child, and as everyone knows, children can't die in the land of DnDTime.
Even then, I was gonna plan on knocking it out since it was bludgeoning damage.
So instead of any harmful effect coming to them, you watch as you lean down with your horns and smash into this little kid kobold. He just gets ragdoll physicsed as he bounces and bounds, landing and slumping against one of the glass walls and kind of like spinning his head around like he's in a daze.
Children can't die in the land of DnDTime?
That's canon. That's real canon, unless they're members of Bartholomew's Adventuring Troop. And then you watch the other little kid kobold kind of looks over at you in horror, Zurdan, and just kind of shouts out with Grieg. I'm sorry, do you have anything else on your turn?
No, not really. I used literally everything I could possibly do on a turn.
I mean, fair. Shouts out with... and he shouts, "For Beepo!" And he throws a stone at you.
His name is Beepo?
No, his name is Beepo. He throws a 10. I assume 10 misses?
Yeah, 10's not gonna hit.
So 10 hits. It just doesn't hurt you. As he throws a rock at you, and it just off of your armor. He sees that it just completely doesn't phase you, and with his slingshot, he puts his little sling away and starts running away even faster, and screams. Anything else on his turn? No. That's the top of the initiative. Miyuki, you were currently downed. I will let you roll a d20, and if you roll a natural 20, you'll stand up. Otherwise, you're still downed.
Okay.
Until you get a little bit of healing. Oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
Miyuki, what would you like to do on your turn? You're at one hit point.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is hang up. Into the air.
Your bat wings, your bat-like wings spread out behind you.
Yes. And okay, so for my action, I want to go and try using persuasion on the Minotaur again.
You fly over, this time flying above and kind of out of range, so he can't hit you if things don't go well. And go ahead and make me a persuasion check. 6. Unfortunately, the Minotaur is still in an absolute state of fury, and his sights are set upon the dagger below him. And the Minotaur is going going to take another tantrum.
I have a bonus action.
I'm sorry. That's my mistake.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna heal myself.
That's a wonderful idea. You are back up to 4 as you cast this healing word upon yourself. The Minotaur just continues smashing things about. You are able to dodge out of the way this time, Dagger, as the Minotaur just throwing fists and legs and anything it can around. Its head is kind of just waving around back and forth. Anything else on his turn? Actually, yeah, he's going to run away and take down another building. And you can see, like, there's the number of buildings in this town is kind of starting to dwindle. It looks like there's only like 4 buildings left, and this Minotaur charges forward and smashes another one as he runs away, provoking an opportunity attack if you would like to do so, Dagger.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go for persuasion anymore. I'm assuming that doesn't hit.
13 is going to just miss, unfortunately. Yeah, you're starting to run low on time, and you guys have had some bad luck on the persuasion. Yeah, so 13 unfortunately is going to miss, but it is now Misra's turn. What would you like to do, Misra?
Okay. Alright. Basically, first off, I'm basically gonna say, guys, I hate to say this, and as much as he is a good guy, we're gonna have to knock him out.
Understood.
Sometimes you gotta knock him out.
Look, I don't want to hurt the lovable lug either, but unfortunately, we got a job to do. So,
And then Misra just sees Zurdan trying to chase a child.
No mercy for these kobold children.
I didn't say anything about the kobold children. We can literally murk them. Well, not murk them, but you know what I mean.
You figuratively murder them, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, figuratively murder them.
What's your play, Misra?
Eldritch Blast on the Minotaur.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll. He's taking a good amount of damage at this point between glass. Oh, I forgot to roll for this most recent glass house that he destroyed.
Hold on. Hit the wrong thing. Come on, you.
He takes another 5 points of falling glass damage.
And... Oh, dang it, I forgot. I never fixed that thing, Eldritch Blast. Damn it. I forgot I never fixed that.
Just roll the attack roll. D20 plus your charisma plus your proficiency. And then the damage will be a D10.
Okay.
And plus your charisma. So.
D20.
Plus 5 for you.
Okay, so.
D20 plus 5, so 11. Unfortunately, 11 is going to miss as the Eldritch Blast flags through the air, whizzing just over the Minotaur's shoulder. Anything else on your turn, Misra?
I don't think I can do anything else. So, hold on. Ooh. No, but I got an idea for my next turn.
All right, I'll look forward to it.
Okay.
But for now, Dagger, what would you like to do?
Can't do that double movement thing again, so I guess I'll just have to risk getting cut on the glass, and then I'll go up to him.
Take that caltrop damage. Oh no, 4 points of piercing damage as your feet kind of around the ankles and such. You get a couple of pretty bad scratches.
I go up to him and attack him.
All right, go ahead and make me attacks. Unfortunately, we do not have anyone in.
Yeah, that's fine.
10 will miss. But a 23 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage on that. For 5 points of piercing damage. Another hit, and he's looking like, despite like the fury, he's also getting a little bit more wobbly, which isn't just because he's clumsy. And anything else on your turn?
Nope.
All right, that's gonna move us final initiative to Zurdan. There's a kobold still running away from you, and one that is dazed, which is the kid equivalent of unconscious. You there, Max? All right, Max.
Hello?
Max might be having some connectivity issues. We will circle back.
Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
My Discord was not responding.
Discord works in mysterious ways. What would you like to do on your turn, then?
I was gonna say, how far is the other kid?
The other kid's, he ran away from you. He got 25 feet. Or actually, wait, what's his speed? Let me just double check. 30 feet. Never mind. He's 30 feet away from you.
I'm not gonna even move. I'm just gonna pull out the sword of Edenon.
Oh, no.
And before you ask, no, I am not going to murder the child. No, what I'm going to do, I know I can't murder the child anyway. I'm not going to shove the sword into the kobold. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignite the sword. I'm going to throw it past the kobold and teleport right in front of them.
Radical. It's an action to do that, right?
Yep. I'm not throwing it at any. I'm not throwing it at a creature. I'm just throwing
yeah,
it
I'm
at the
with you.
ground, right in front of the where the kobold's running, just
go
to
ahead.
scare him.
Go ahead and make me an intimidation check with advantage, because you just absolutely obliterated his buddy, Beepo. Go ahead and make me an intimidation check with advantage. 18. You see, you're not sure if it's the grovel, cower, and beg feature, or just, he's just given up. Either way, you see this kobold takes his slingshot, kind of throws it to the ground, just goes, "Please let me go, mister, I'm so sorry, I'll never throw stones at glass houses again."
Good boy. Pats his head. Now go to the boat.
Can I get Beepo?
Yes, you can get Beepo.
Oh, Beepo's mine now. No, just kidding.
Like Dagger appears from behind Beep. No. He
Didn't
goes
say
over
anything about kidnapping.
We're
No.
getting out of here, Beepo! And he takes Beepo and scampers off towards the boats. And all that remains is one very unhappy Minotaur. As we move next to the top of the initiative, Miyuki, what would you like to do, Miyuki? There's, at this point, 3 houses remain. I might have did that. It might be 2. I got lost. I think it's 3.
That's 3. Last time you said 4.
Okay, good.
I don't want to severely hurt the Minotaur either, but to do something.
So, sometimes you gotta firebolt a Minotaur. Go ahead and roll damage on that. That's definitely gonna hit. 6 points of fire damage. Another blast, singeing some of the hair kind of on the back of the Minotaur's head. And he burns. He kind of shakes his head and pushes some of it off. Anything else on your turn? Still a bonus action.
I'm still at
You're still at 4 health, yeah.
yeah. Let's just use my last
There you go.
slot.
There you go. Level 1 can be a tough level sometimes. You gain 5 more points of healing, and that's going to pass us to our Minotaur's turn, who is going to. You're still right up next to him, Dagger. You've been in hot pursuit. He's staggering at this point. He's getting really close, but he is going to whip his horns down and try and gore you. That's that's a lot of damage, but it missed. As he goes and swings the horns, you duck out of the way, and the Minotaur provokes another opportunity attack as he goes and smashes another building. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. Oh! Roll damage. You might.
How
it's
do crits work
possible
in
for you to
D&D
get him
again?
with this.
It just
It'll
doubles the
automatically
dice.
roll the damage for you. It doubles the dice.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the extra 2 that you got on it. So 6 points of damage, unfortunately. Not quite enough. As you go and rake into him with the short sword, it catches him, and he's like almost staggering as he hits the next house. And he takes, still not quite enough, as he takes another 3 points of falling glass damage, as he brings down 2 houses remain. And that's all for his turn. As we move to Misra, what would you like to do, Misra?
Okay, all right.
He's on the brink.
I'm afraid if
that-
we use anything other than bludgeoning, it might knock him. It might kill him.
You guys
How
got
far is he
healed.
from me?
You can save him still. How far is he from you? At this point, he's gone 3 times. So he's actually like 90 feet away from you at this point.
Yeah,
'Cause
there's
you're
no
still in
way.
that first house.
Yeah, so there's no way I'm going to be able to. I will go to basically. I'll move closer to like 30 feet, but there's no way I'm be able to get to him to actually try and like claw him or anything like that. So, firebolt.
You gotta do what you gotta do. 16's gonna hit. Roll damage on that. That's max damage. You didn't quite need max damage, but would you care to describe your finishing blow on this Minotaur?
I really am sorry, but you really need to calm down. I didn't want to do this, but we only got 2 houses left, and we really need to make you go to sleep. So, basically, she takes out her orb and basically blows into it, igniting a flame that goes, that basically hits the Minotaur.
And you watch as you strike the Minotaur, the flames kind of wash over him, and as he's kind of like wrestling, trying to put like the matted fur that's kind of burning on him out, he kind of like finishes putting it out, and he still seems to be alive as he kind of and falls over face forward onto the ground.
Just at the conclusion of the song, great timing.
Oh, turn off. Oh wait, turn off. You guys have stopped the Minotaur. Raging, the kobolds have kind of like retreated and are over in the boat looking very sheepish. The Quickling is still running around in circles. They've like actually carved out a perfect like circular ditch into the glass as you guys get closer, and have made a nice shape in the glass. The Minotaur's kind of passed out. You see the man that greeted as you went in. All right. Could have been worse. We could have been down to one or none. As he looks at the two remaining houses, there's like a little cottage and then what looks like just like a general store that are still standing. He goes, but that's enough for us to copy them and kind of remake them in those shapes. So despite what it looks like, and what it looks like is just a wasteland of glass, the four of you have saved our glass houses. Thank you very, very much for all your help. Let's just get
Sorry
these
that we
ones.
couldn't have done better.
No, it's
Might
this,
I make a suggestion?
This is perfect. We're going to... Yes, please.
Age limit on guests.
Bet your tourists.
Age minimum, vetted tourism. He was unlicensed, and we kind of just came into existence, so we don't really have a good tourism plan yet. But that one... and you see the guy over the tourboat guy going, "Hi." That one will not be allowed back in any form.
Perfect. There's only one thing left to do, and I go over and I pick up the tour guide.
What are you doing with me?
Sending you
Throw him
back.
into the sea. Throw him into the sea.
Sending you
Throw him
back.
into the
No,
sea.
I'll die if you throw me into the sea.
no,
You
I
think I
eat him
want,
onto the boat.
I'm just kidding.
All right, yeah, you put him into the boat. The Minotaur kind of looks up at you guys and goes, "I'm really sorry about that before. I kind of got mad again, didn't I?"
It's okay.
Yeah.
Things happen.
I'm working through it still. I'm seeing someone about it. But I'm really sorry about all this.
You require medical attention, Mr. Minotaur, and I heal him for the rest, for all of my remaining 5 lay on hands points.
And you give him your 5 points of healing. Just thank you. And he kind of sheepishly walks back to the boat as well. The Quickling zips into it, and the boat of Taurus sets off. And with that, you have successfully saved the glass houses. You have completed this adventure, earning 100 Bartholomew bucks, gaining 1 point of experience, which means if you were level 1, you are now level 2. Congratulations, heroes!
Yeah, I can do a Fable boss battle next time.
Oh, excellent!
Yay.
And without further ado, would any of you guys like to shop?
Yes.
Good.
Yep.
I believe I am fine with my armor and sword.
In that case, we return to our shop. Not long later, you find yourself back in the location of Bartholomew. Greetings, adventurers. I see there's a couple of glass cuts on you there. I hope nothing too serious happened. I trust everything went well.
Yeah, it went well. We nearly didn't have to fight a Minotaur.
Sometimes you just can't help but fight a Minotaur. I know the thing. But some of the tales later on. Would any of you like to shop at this time?
Yes. Let's see. I believe I have 700. Okay. I would like to do a bag pull, but we could say that for last if you want.
We can do it right now. We're ready for you if you're ready for it. In that case, he opens the bag towards you, and you can see within just the void and an endless possibility as you go up for your first bag pull. Go ahead and roll me a D1000, and as always, I wish you the best of luck. And we are now, Jeremy, we're officially enacting the first bag pull policy, right?
We are, in fact, Peter.
All right, so if you roll below, if you roll like a 1, it counts as just the minimum base level tier, like the uncommon tier. So.
Okay. And wait, D1000? Is that what you said?
So roll a D1000. Ooh, but that is not a 1. That is a nice roll. You reach into the bag, and your hand passes over. First, what appears to be some type of stone. It's emanating with a power. It feels a little bit cold to the touch, but that passes through your hand. And the next thing that you grab, you almost can hear like a voice whispering in the back of your mind as you touch it, which you decide better safe than sorry on that one. And instead, what you grab is a really good item. You gain an item. Pull it out, and it is a scimitar. And Bartholomew speaks up to you. Yes, this is a classic magic item, one that is very well known. You've gained a scimitar of speed. If you're familiar with it, it's a powerful magical weapon. It allows you to make a bonus action attack with it on both turns. It is a +2 damage to attack and damage rolls made with it, which is the arcane terms, which means it's a good weapon. It's a very good weapon. So you have a scimitar of speed, which is a finesse weapon, so you can actually use that with sneak attacks. That's really good.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Jesus. All right. Congratulations on your first pull, and can I get anything else for anyone else?
I'm rolling a bag pull.
Bag pull as well. Go ahead and roll me a D1000. It's literally perfect.
And I think I did that wrong.
You put your slash after your R instead of before.
Is that what it did?
I like
900s or 1,000. Can do it.
Don't jinx me. What am I doing wrong?
It would be slash R and then the D1000. Yeah, you're doing R slash. You need slash R D1000.
The lovely little thing is
It's bugging out on you.
Yeah. Hold on. I got it. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Wait. Maybe. Maybe not. Nah, it's bugging out on me.
Want me to roll it for you, Misra?
Please.
Not bad.
Ooh.
768. All right. You reach into the bag. And your hand passes over first. Another one of Cloaking Dagger found this one. Your hand passes over first, a ring of some kind. And for just a brief moment as you touch it, you can kind of see through the wall and into the back room, and then your hand passes over, and whatever you saw back there, you can't remember it. And then something heavy. It might be a mace, not your style. What you end up grabbing is a cloak. And as you pull it out, it's beautiful. It's a silvery cloak. But as you look onto as you begin examining it more closely, you actually see it's made out of hundreds of very small daggers that seem to be just fitted together seamlessly. And you've gained the Cloak of Dagger, which is...
You stole my cloak. What the heck, man?
This is a great... whenever you make an attack, you can replace whatever you're doing. This is kind of a complicated one. Basically, you can use daggers a lot. You'll always have a dagger on hand. You cannot summon those daggers magically to attack. And then anytime you make the attack, the dagger disappears after it is thrown or used. Additionally, when you are hit with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to deal 3d4 damage to the attacking creature. So you got infinite daggers and this cool reaction. So you gain the Cloak of Dagger. That was an item submitted by Reflected 10-8. So thank you very much for the submission, Lance. Anyone else have anything they would like to purchase?
Nope.
How much is it for the basic healing potions again?
4 for 100.
Yeah, I'll buy some of those.
A 4-pack?
I feel like yeah.
Very good. Very good. And do you have a preference on flavor for that?
Do you have any more darker flavors, like death or something like that?
Yes, we have death, we have ennui, we have despair, we have undead is a popular one if you're looking for something really. We have gravity. It was kind of a conceptually strange one. What interests you? We could just do death.
Gravity works. That sounds interesting.
All right. He hands you over 4, and I think that's all for the shop. Going once, going twice. We'll be right back with game 2, everyone. See you soon.